Hello, my name is Joseph Fiala with the Light Clinic, and today we're going to be doing our second version of the Qigong exercise, Cloud Hands. So for this second version of Cloud Hands, we're going to do a more taiji-centric version of Cloud Hands as opposed to the Qigong. It's still a Qigong practice. Taiji, a lot of Taiji is Qigong practice, a lot of Qigong is Taiji practice. The lines there are really kind of blurred, but Taiji tends to have a form. Qigong has forms too. They all have forms to practice. Taiji is just a way of being in your body, and it's the same way of being in your body as we do in Qigong. Qigong, we're just focusing on mobilizing. Taiji, we're really focusing on flow. But what we want to do for the Cloud Hands is have another angle at it for opening up the flow within your body. So we're going to do that second Cloud Hands version. We did the first one last week. We'll do the second version today. So for this second version of Cloud Hands, the last one, if you remember, we opened one side to the other, nice and easy like that. Opening using our breath, inhaling in the center, exhaling to the side. For the second version of Cloud Hands, we're going to be doing more of a flowy, continuous motion, as opposed to kind of pausing to one side, coming center, moving to the other. We're going to keep moving in one continuous flowing motion. So this is the basic hand movement for Cloud Hands. This movement, if we start to slow it down, is going to look like the hands, when they reach your center line, are going to be pretty close together at your center line here. They'll be pretty close together. And then they'll move and transition. One will go down as the other comes up. And then here again, they're going to be pretty close together. They don't have to be right on, but pretty close together right at the midline again. And then they continue to pass through. One goes down, the other comes up. There we go. Just like that, nice and easy. We're not going to be trying to create a ton of twist. We don't need to be reaching way behind us. We're just doing it in a nice, comfortable motion. This is very good for the fascial body. We're not going to try and do a lot of stretching through this. We're going to stay within our comfort of movement range. A range which we are comfortable in. Yeah. So there we go. Nice and easy. We're using our paintbrush hands. The paintbrush hands look like this. This is the paintbrush hand. It's a fishing line hand, as if you're casting a fishing line and it's moving out there. Or if you're moving a paintbrush, then this would be the bristles of the brush. This would be up. This would all be like the handle of the brush. And you're putting the brush down on paper right at the handle. And then you're dragging the brush, the bristles themselves, across the paper. And then you start to lift up. And the bristles stay on the paper till the very last fingertip. And then comes off. So here's the brush contact. Drag it along the paper, lift it up. The bristles are the last thing to touch as you lift off the paper. Moving this way, you just touch it there. That's the brush. And then drag it across the paper, lift up. The bristles are the last thing to touch. Nice and circular, nice and flowy. So there's a nice flow for the Cloud Hands here. Good. So here's our Cloud Hands movement. Again, just moving back and forth, and we're going to settle in to where our feet are going to be about shoulder width, and we've got this shoulder width stance happening here. Now we're going to keep our knees pointing forward. We don't want to be twisting our knees. And if you think about that, now that your knees are focusing forward, you should be engaging your hips a lot more. If the knees are moving, then we just move our body side to side. If the knees stay pointed forward and they don't move around, the knees just point forward, then our hips are the thing that gets engaged. And that's what's going to spin our upper body, is our hips on top. And bring your awareness to the top palm. We're going to slow down a little bit, But the top palm is what gets your awareness. You're looking right inside the center of the palm, right in there. You're looking there as the top palm moves. When it gets to the side, palms change. Now you look at the other one. Flip to the other side, palms change. Follow this one. So you're keeping your nose, midline, all together. It's all together as you move. My whole midline's shifting here. Shift, whole midline shifts. So we're spinning on top of the hip, but the whole midline's shifting. And just keeping that nose and your eye focus, your drishti, your gaze, keeping that focused on the center of your palm. And we can add a little floating and sinking with this. So we can sink to the left and float to the right. Just coming up higher in the stance, sinking, bending the knees to the left, floating to the right. Just floating up, sinking, and turn to the left, floating to the right, sinking, floating, sinking. This time stay in the low position and keep that sinking to the right. We'll be switching direction. Now we float to the left. Sink to the right. 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 Float. Okay, back to the sinking position. Stay in the sinking position. Let's do a few just in the sinking position, as low as you feel comfortable. Relax like you're sitting on a tall stool or a shorter stool if you're really sinking. And let that blood flow move through your legs as you open up your hips, pelvis. You open up the blood flow to your heart with these hand movements. And then gently, slowly start coming up to a more comfortable place. Knees stay forward. Good. And coming together, taking the ball, and setting it down. You should feel some good activation through the shoulders, the deltoids, moving through there. You want to relax, but you want to keep your arms really open as you're doing this exercise. Elbows should be out. So elbows are out the whole time. See? Out. Even the low elbow. We're not down. We're not against the body. This isn't an arms closed exercise. This is an arms open exercise. So almost like you're creating this circle using your elbow, using your upper arm to create space. You're creating the circle that way. Good. Nice job. Practice that throughout the day. It's easy just to stop for a moment and start doing some spins, right? Start doing some cloudy hands. And it's fun, and it'll help enliven all that circulation moving through your torso. So enjoy it. Keep breathing. Keep working. Keep doing your Qigong work. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll keep working together. Thank you, guys. Take care.